Can hear you. Can you hear me, Jason?
Yes, my name is Jason Stovall, and I'm calling from Sacramento.
Nice to have you on the call this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Please introduce yourself and tell me where you're calling from.
My
Say your name and where you're calling from.
You might have to
Hello.
unmute yourself.
You talking to me?
Nope. Anybody? Well, you already introduced yourself. Welcome to the meeting tonight. Anybody else? Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're calling from.
Joel Dillard, Beaumont, California.
Hey, Joel. Nice to have you on the call this evening.
Kyle calling in from Detroit.
Hey, Kyle. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Sean?
I'm doing great. Kyle, I have a chance to introduce you in a moment to everybody. Nice to have you on the call.
Thanks, buddy.
Mikael Spencer, Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago. Nice to have you on the phone this evening.
Likewise, thank you.
Washington, D.
Who is that from Washington?
Harold Russell.
Hey, Harold. How are you today?
I'm doing fine in yourself.
I'm doing fantastic. Glad to have you on the call this evening.
Thanks.
We're going to give another couple of minutes while we allow people to come in. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're calling from.
Yolanda Tyler, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Yolanda, how are you today?
I'm doing good.
It's nice to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Carl McNeil, Windsor, Ontario.
Hey, Carl, how's your day going today, buddy?
Good.
Excellent. Glad to have you on the call.
Nikita Davis from Birmingham, Alabama.
I'm sorry, Nikita?
Right, Nikita Davis from Birmingham.
It's nice to meet you, Nikita. Glad to have you on the call this evening. All right, guys and ladies, we're going to give it one more minute, introductions, and we're going to get started. If you haven't introduced yourself, please introduce yourself and tell us where you're calling from. It's good to let the CEO hear your name. Speak up, speak up. That's how you become successful in life. If you haven't introduced yourself, introduce yourself and tell me where you're calling from. All right. Well, we're going to mute everybody now. Well, you had that chance. If you didn't have a chance to introduce yourself, then maybe on the next go around, you want to introduce yourself. Welcome to the call, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to record this call this evening. I will be sending it out through via email to everybody. It's crazy. So I'm not going to let any more people in, maybe a couple more. We're just going to let them sit there. Hey, Kyle, can you confirm that you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent, excellent. Everybody, my name is Sean Pigg. I am the CEO of Hotels Etc. I have been since 2025. Hotels Etc. is my baby. I live and breathe and eat this company, not only for the members and the businesses, but also for the distributors that are part of the company. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why I live and eat and breathe this company. I'm also going to introduce you to Kyle that's on the phone as well. Now, this is for new and experienced distributors, or even distributors that are looking to come into Hotels Etc. that's never even heard of us. I'm going to kind of give you an executive summary of who we are, where we're going, and what we're doing. And to those that are already part of the company, I'm going to give you some insight on and teach very effective offline strategies today on how to sell Hotels Etc. Last week on the last meeting, we discussed on how to do online sales. Today, we're going to just basically do a generic offline sales meeting. Now here's a great thing. If you currently have a job, or if you currently have an existing business, these tips and techniques will help you in that journey as well. So not only is this good for the Hotels Etc. product and system, but it's good for everything that you're doing in life. That's how I like to teach. That's how I roll things out. So I'm glad to have you on the phone. The most important thing I want to mention once again, my name is Sean Pigg. I am the CEO since 2005. Hotels Etc. is the largest and oldest CUG program on the internet today. We have over 3 million discounts. And I'm going to say that very strongly too. 3 million discounts. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know nobody on earth has as many discounts as we do. There is not one company on this globe that has as many discounts as we do. Not only that, they do not reach the reach that we reach. We are in 141 countries. Not another company on existence on this globe hits 141 countries. And it's very difficult to go to 141 countries. I'm going to give you an example, okay? Let's say we use one company as an example. We're going to use Avis Car Rental. Let's say I negotiated a car rental discount with Avis here in the United States. Well, if you look up, Avis has corporate offices all over the globe. So in order to get that discount to work globally, you got to negotiate with each corporate office all over the globe. So you can imagine not only how time consuming that is, but the cost of doing that. To be able to bring and collaborate all these companies together on a global scale into one program. It was very difficult. It's taken me 20 years to get to this point to where we're at today, to see the growth that we're having, and to see the success that we're having with our distributors. So congratulations to the distributors out there. I've been hearing some incredible stories from distributors over the last several weeks on the money that they're making, especially people that are part of the Unlimited program. But we will get into that soon as well. I'm going to let a few more people in here, and then I'm going to block them off. But once again, we have over 3 million discounts. We're in 141 countries. Our system is very unique, very strategic. And we have a lot of eyes on us right now. A lot of eyes. Now, I mentioned to most of you previously about a possible merger. I actually stepped away from that merger to let everybody know. However, that's not the end of it. It's divine timing. It's God's timing in my eyes. Your source, your power, whoever you call it, it's divine timing. Because as soon as I stepped away from that, we had another golden opportunity come in with the big, one of the second largest companies on earth. So we have some talks now with another company that we are negotiating with. Now, the reason I walked away with the first merger is because it didn't align to my goals and outlook and what I'm looking to do with the company. It wasn't. I didn't feel that it wasn't gonna be the right decision for us to move forward with that route. Now, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about offline strategies. So here's what I want to let you know. Did you know that 90% of people still trust face-to-face interaction over online ads? So talking with somebody face-to-face, 90% of the people on earth today still rather deal directly face-to-face than over an ad or over an AI through a phone system. And not only do they like to do that 90% of the time, it builds what's called instant relationships. It's faster sales. It's an instant relationship. It's rapport that you're building with these people. So let's say, for example, let's say you're in front of somebody and you're explaining our program. Number one, it's easier to explain directly to a person face to face. They're able to understand it more clear. You're able to make your pitch at the pace that they're able to comprehend. So there's a lot of variables that allow a face-to-face conversation and face-to-face sales be stronger than an online sale. Now, absolutely, you can reach more people online, through social media and through online marketing and online ads. You can reach more people, but if you look at the conversion rates, doing face-to-face sales versus online marketing, your closing rates are a lot higher. Your relationships are a lot stronger than when you're building an online presence. It's easier to explain the real savings in real time, and you can show examples to people right there on your phone and tablet. Very, very, very simple. You can show one of our videos, or you can create your own PowerPoints. You can create your own videos now and pictures. Now, I'm going to explain this real quick to everybody. Did you know that as a consumer, we are in this reality that everything is moving so fast? Does anybody agree? And I want to hear some comments on here. I'm going to open up the comment chat box here. So if anybody has questions, feel free to throw your comments in there. I got to get rid of that. I don't even know how to do it here. Let's see. It's not letting me open my chat box. There it is. All right. So basically, when you are, let's put it this way, we're in a society, a world that is moving so fast. And I want anybody on here to agree, give a thumbs up, or to get some of that nature right there. Give me a smile face on a chat or something. Does anybody agree that time feels like it's going faster? Because in reality, it is.
Indeed.
It's 100%.
Spiritually,
What was that again, Michael?
we're in what is called the nanos. Spiritually, in the frequency of the planet, we are in something called the nanosecond. So everything is sped up as the planet's vibration has been increasing. You've heard of the Schumann resonance, right?
Schumann resonance just had a blackout. Absolutely.
It's okay. We don't want to.
Is that what you're referring to, the Schumann that's been going on the last about 4 days?
And yeah, amongst
Okay.
that time, yeah, it's been going on for like a couple years now.
Oh yeah, yeah, but especially over the last 4 to 5 days of what's been going on with it. Have you noticed that?
I actually have not. I've been focused on a lot of things. Father's Day just passed. I'm not a dad, but I got a big family, so reaching out and doing other things has been the priority.
I understand. Well, Michael, thank you for throwing your thoughts in there. But you're absolutely right. I'm very familiar with the Schumann. I'm very familiar with the timeline shifts. What's going on with the universe?
Okay, cool.
I'm way up to par on all that stuff. I'm very connected when it comes to this, and
Excellent.
that's why I wanted to make this announcement, because what you're feeling, ladies and gentlemen, is that time is moving faster. In all reality, it really is. Um, and with that being said, you are being consumed by so much every single day, not only from friends, family, and relatives, but media, advertising, because they're capturing your attention. They're attracting you and capturing you with their ads. So you're being consumed by all this different stuff. And unless you have some strong discernment, unless you really have really, strong discernment, you don't know the difference between your reality and what reality really is. And that's how people are thinking right this minute. So what the reason I'm saying this is because did you know right now people are capturing information 60,000 times faster via images and videos? So your mind will capture a video or an image or a picture, something of that nature, 60,000 times faster than you're going to capture text. It's because your mind is moving so fast right now, faster than it ever has moved before. All of our minds are. So what you have to do is you have to take what is happening in the world, in the universe, and you have to put that in perspective when you're doing your marketing. And that's what I'm saying. One-on-one sales right this minute. I can get one-on-one right now and close 9 out of 10 people I see. But on the internet, I can close 9 out of 1,000 people that see the ad. So yes, you're going to reach a larger audience, but your closing rate, your click-through rate, your open rate, your conversion rate is going to be so much smaller than doing it on face-to-face sales. So if there's anybody out there that is wanting to do face-to-face sales, then this is definitely for you. Now I'm going to get into and explain what avenues you have as an opportunity for face-to-face sales. But here's the number one key phrase to remember when you're pitching this program. Imagine saving up to 70% on travel, recreation, and shopping, 365 days a year for the price of one dinner. I use it all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, the price of one dinner, you can save on average of $2,500 a year. And that's if your family only goes travel once a year. Now that's just for traveling. If you travel once a year, that's not including all of the extra discounts that we have in our system. But on average, you're going to save $2,500 a year. Matter of fact, we put our money where our mouth is, and we give you a $10,000 make it right guarantee by Trust Dale, consumer investigator Trust Dale. He's going to write the check out of his own pocket. He investigated us for a decade, 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, before he even considered, offering or, doing this type of guarantee with the Hotels Etc. program. Now, before I continue here, I do want to bring somebody on the call. I want to introduce somebody. Some of you may or may not have had a chance to speak with them. Kyle has been with the company for a while now. He is the one that pitches the program, the membership platform. He's learned a lot. He's seen us grow a lot. He's watched me go through some intense challenges, not only with the company, but in life, through divorce, through all kinds of great stuff. So, Kyle, please introduce yourself for 3 minutes, if you don't mind. Might have to unmute yourself there, buddy.
What, can you hear me?
Wait, I can hear you now.
Okay, very good. So yeah, I met you, I think I'm going to say it was around Thanksgiving-ish of 2023. And we started chit-chatting a little bit. I started working with you in spring of 24 and started working with you on the distributor stuff, and then moved over to really learn the membership program. One of the things I've enjoyed working with you on, particularly, is seeing you bring on the new things, new features, always expanding. That's one of the things I like about the Hotels Etc. platform is it's always improving. It's just constant. You know, I'll do one of my Wednesday night meetings, and I'll be showing people. And I'll scroll down. There's a new icon there. Oh, Sean added something new. Let me check that out. It must have happened this afternoon. I probably missed an email somewhere about it. So I like that it's a constantly expanding and improving program. And I'll tell you, I've been in this industry, folks, since 2016 is when I really got involved. And I had my own travel club, which was essentially the same as only one of the engines we have. It was the equivalent of our members only discounts engine, which you guys probably have seen. I had that as a program, and I was selling that for an average of $3,500. And
Yeah,
when I
right, so that was a company selling that system. One booking is $3,500.
Yes, and I was selling it. And the only reason I stopped selling it is because right when I spent 50 grand to move into a brand new office, this beautiful green glass building, and spent another 40 grand on prepaid marketing, printing marketing materials so I could save money on the marketing. My first mailer went out February 20th, 2020. You know what happened 3 weeks later? I lost everything.
We all remember COVID. Yep.
Yep. I had my office closed. I lost everything. I'm in Michigan. So in Michigan, the restrictions were very strict. Very strict.
Yep.
So my office was just immediately closed. And I lost all of that. And so I really thought, do I want to be in that industry again? I mean, I had a bad taste in my mouth, not about the industry so much as just, lost. And then I saw your program and I was like, $99, $199. That's crazy. There's no way this can't be real. And on our first call, I actually hung up on him. I was like, I shouldn't say hung up. I said, gentlemen, this isn't for me. Goodbye. And I hung up. And then he reached out and he said, listen, bud, no one ever does that to me. So help me understand what and we started talking. And pretty soon we found out, we have a lot of things in common. We knew a lot of people in the industry that we both knew because we ran in the same circle. Essentially, we had just never run into each other. We just never had the chance to talk. And as soon as we started talking, and I saw the program, and here you go, and he showed it to me, I was like, holy shnikes, I need to work with you. And so basically, I said, hey, how do I come work with you? And he said, this is how. And we started working together. And it's been amazing. And I'm just so happy and so proud of what you've been able to do. Honestly, I'm proud of you. I don't say that very often, mushy or whatever. Or alpha males,
I certainly appreciate
but
that.
I've seen you come through a lot and face a lot of adversity over the last year and a half or so. And that you've, come through with flying colors is amazing. And these guys, with a merger, like you said, I know we had talked several times. I don't want to speak out of turn, but you were very gung ho about it. And then they hit you with some stuff at the very end, and you were like, "Oh no, I'm not playing that game."
Oh, so basically,
I built this up for too long.
I mentioned a merger. I was excited about it and looking forward to that merger. But hey, I also believe in divine timing. The timing wasn't right. As I mentioned, as soon as that came to a conclusion, an end, I was reached out immediately 3 days later by another company that I would not even spoke to because I was under that M&A with this other company. And this company here that's reached out is one of the second largest, the second largest company on the globe. I'll give you more details as we move into that further. But right now, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna set that aside. I really want to, and Kyle, thank you for the kind comments. Thank you for joining the program. Sure. Thank you for being here. I've watched a lot of growth in you as well, and I'm super excited for you. Now, one thing that Kyle mentioned a little bit ago, he was selling a program for $3,500, ladies and gentlemen, with one booking engine. So we have companies that we white label to that sell that same a booking engine for $5,000 to $10,000. Timeshare exit strategies, MLM companies. This product, just one of our engines, sell for $5,000 to $10,000 through other companies. So what Kyle was selling, and now he's selling something that's on steroids. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
pitch it to you. So what we have and built something bigger and greater than anybody out there. You can look at Airbnb, we're bigger than them, and you're going to figure out why I said that name later. If you look at, Uber, if you look at Lyft, or you look at anything, what we've done is we built a company off something we don't own. No different than Airbnb, Uber, and Lyft, and all. We don't own these properties and these companies, but what we own is the contracts. The contracts is what's very valuable in this company. The contracts is what makes this program work. And the negotiations that I've done with these companies is why Hotels Etc. is where we're at today, why I have new mindset and perspective and goals on where we're getting ready to go to. And I am so excited to have each and every one of you part of this journey. Those that really sink their teeth into this and really follow and practice, drill, and rehearse what I'm teaching you and how and educating you on what I've been doing for 20 years, your future is golden. It's just up to you. I can lead you to the water, but I can't force you to drink. So I'm giving you the water. Ladies and gentlemen, this program will save families on average of $2,500 a year. Your potential of income is unlimited, totally upon your desire, your motivation, your drive, and your desire to listen and your desire to change your own reality. Keep in mind, your reality comes from within. If you believe within, so without. It becomes your reality. That's who you become. So if you believe in something, that's called enthusiasm. I am sold myself, the last four letters. You have enthusiasm, you have energy and excitement. Face-to-face sales is definitely a gold mine for you, and you can generate a lot of money, a ton of money. And I'm going to go real quick over some high traffic locations for you. We're going to go over places like flea markets, swap shows, trade shows, local fairs and festivals, community events, small business expos, farmers market. For example, right up here in my hometown, they just built the amphitheater. Every Tuesday now they have this sort of farmers market thing. So I decided to go ahead and get a wild hair, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go up there and I'm just going to throw myself a little table up, but I want to see what happens. I want to get back out there in a ditch because I haven't been in a ditch for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. I've been behind a computer, so I wanted to get out there in a ditch. The response was overwhelming. The response to people I met up there, the people I didn't even know that lived around here, that own companies, big companies, and that live in the middle of 500 acres of land, that live in a $10 million home I didn't even know lived there. They all, they come out of the woods. So, I mean, the people I met, the connections I created, and the amount of membership cards I sold, and I sold them at $50 cash a piece. Because when you're offline, you can sell it for whatever you want. $50 cash per piece. I showed them on my website, my distributor site. They sell for $199. I said, but right here at the local farmers market, $50 a piece. I was passing them out, $50 each to these people. It was so great. I have a little iPad set up at the table, and I was just replaying the rate parity video that's on YouTube over and over and over and over again. People would stop and just sit there and watch because it drew their attention. And keep in mind, your mind is going to capture information 60,000 times faster with images and videos versus text. So I'm using that in my advantage out there in the field. Flea markets, swap shows, travel shows. You have the little gun shows, the big gun shows they have. We have, I don't know if Matt is on the phone tonight. I can't tell. I can't even find a list. There's this gentleman named Matt that I just drove all the way to Orlando and sat down with him. He went to this thing called Doji Con or something con out of Orlando, Florida. It was a Pokemon event that had tens of thousands of people there. And I sat there and explained to him how he could sell every one of those vendors, how he could sell every person that walked by him. If he's on the phone, please speak up because I'd love to see how that turned out. Over the last several weeks, I've been speaking with people and I've been watching the members come in. And this is what's so golden. From the last meeting, 2 weeks ago, what I mentioned to people, there's a handful of people that took advantage of that knowledge and started running with it. And I'm absolutely amazed. The amount of members that just came in the last 2 weeks shows me that they're making money. Now, If you're with the unlimited program, you know that you set your, you can set your own price target. So going out to businesses, let's talk about that. So not only the flea market, swap shows, and etc. Set up your little booth. Have your little iPad or tablet there. Just push and play. Put yourself some cards out there, little brochures, and just start playing a video. And you know what I like to do? And matter of fact, I will be doing this soon, and I'm going to record it when I do it because I'm so excited to do it. I'm going to have me a big ass speaker, and I'm going to be turning my video all the way up. And I want the whole flea market to hear what I have to offer. I want to draw them in. And I'm going to use the certificates to draw them in as well. Hey, come over here. Let me give you a 3-day, 2-night vacation certificate. Just fill out your name and email right here, and here's a certificate. And I'm going to give them that. Now I'm capturing that information that I could put inside my autoresponder where I'm constantly marketing to them. So and when you're going into these local shows, keep in mind you can sell it for whatever you want. Okay, you know your costs if you bought packages. If you're on a monthly or unlimited program, you know you don't have a cost per card and membership. So you have to set your own selling price. This is your product. This is your company. We're just servicing you. That's all we're doing. We're the manufacturer. No difference if you decide to become a Red Bull vendor. Okay, well, you're the Red Bull vendor. Now put them in gas stations. And Red Bull's teaching you how to do it. Now, if you don't go get into gas stations, that's not Red Bull's problem. That's your problem because you're not out there doing the work. So what I'm showing you now and explaining to you is how to get this, how to make this happen, how to get the membership card into people's hands. So next year you automatically know how much money you're making. That's called residual income. So you're going to, some of the business partnerships that you can make out there, you're going to pitch your retailers, car dealerships, gyms. Matter of fact, I just had a gym. So I have my own distributor site, and I also do marketing as well because I want to know what works and what doesn't work. And I did some type of unique B2B marketing, and I had this gym. I Planet Fitness might have been the gym. I think it is. And I think it was Planet Fitness, but it was only one location. Apparently, they're not all owned by the same people. Maybe it's a franchisee. I'm not sure exactly how they operate, or they have districts or something. So the person that called me has said, "Hey, we have all these people are not renewing. We want to give them an incentive to renew." I said, "Okay." And they said, "So we want to give the Hotels Etc. membership card to all of our members that come into the gym that pay us monthly." I said, "That's a golden opportunity." Well, they're going to sign up to me as an individual distributor. They're going to sign up. Now, every single person that's paying that Planet Fitness in that region, that territory, that area is getting a Hotels Etc. membership card. And if you think about this, what I also help with this Planet Fitness company is how to convert their sales from monthly payments to annual payments. So by giving them a Hotels Etc. annual, hey, if you go ahead and jump up to an annual program with us instead of paying monthly, we're going to go ahead and throw in a Hotels Etc. membership card. Ladies and gentlemen, there are people that were paying monthly that monthly, don't forget, monthly has the lowest retention rates. Yearly has the highest retention rates because when you see that monthly charge every month and you're not going to the gym, you're going to cancel it. Oh, I'll renew back when I get a chance, so when I go back in the gym. But if it's annual, you only see it one time a year. So you're not going to cancel it. So I showed them how to convert their monthly renewals every single month from the gym into annual renewals by using a Hotels Etc. membership card. Up to this point, they're having great success. I am going to be doing another follow up with them next year to see next week to see what their numbers are like. They've been training all their sales reps because they have sales reps that are calling at people that are that have not renewed their credit card decline and that kind of stuff. And now they're implementing in the annual membership and moving people from the monthly to the annual. So here's one thing I want everybody to keep in mind. Yes, I get instant gratification because I have this fitness company purchasing my memberships, right? But keep in mind, they're not in the business of getting renewals from Hotels Etc. So if next year, if let's say next year, if Tom doesn't renew through Planet Fitness, but Tom wants to renew his Hotels Etc. membership card, guess who they have to go through? Me. They don't go through Planet Fitness because Planet Fitness is not set up as a distributor. They're set up as a business, a B2B contract that I have with them. So this is your opportunity to get into my concept and my philosophy in life is maximize what already exists. If there's a retail store, if there's a gym, if there's other membership programs out there, contact them. Set yourself some goals. I don't know if you could see this. Let me see. I thought I had it here. Let me see. Give me 1 second here. Okay.
Hey,
So,
Sean,
yes, sir.
can you, when you reach back out to them and get that, the results? I'm actually a Planet Fitness member, and I would love to take that very same approach. I'm actually cool with one of the assistant managers, so I was actually even talking to her about giving her a free vacation just on the fly. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a nice girl. But it would be great to say, hey, here's an opportunity to help your club do well, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely. And hopefully we can get their contact information and testimonial. That way you can say, hey,
Right. That's what I want.
XYZ. Absolutely. I would definitely look into that, Michael. 100%.
Okay, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, goals. This is my 2025 goal book. I don't know. I don't know if you can see it or not. This is
It's
my
black.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like invisible. There you see it now.
There you go. Here, get that like this. Here.
It
But
keeps
ladies and
fading in and
gentlemen,
out.
my goals are broken down. There's over 300 pages in here of goals. Now, these goals are not only for me being a CEO of hotels, etc., or me being a distributor of hotels, etc., and me being a motivational speaker and a life coach. But these goals also have to do with my spiritual goals, my health goals, my goals for business, my goals for distributorships, my goals as a father. These are my goals in my life. This is my blueprint of my life that I'm creating my own reality with. Because you create your own reality. So place your goals down. How many people you need to contact a day? How many emails you need to get a week? How many ads you need to put out there? How many events do you need to go to? How many sales do you need to make? How much money do you want to make extra a month? Are you looking to make an extra 500 a month, 1,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 50,000 a month, 100,000 a month? What are you looking to make? Anything is possible if you have a projector, if you have a goal, if you have goals, if you have an outline, a structure laid out to achieve those goals. Well, I can guarantee you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, you have the product to make you whatever you want to make. I've been doing this 20 years. I've watched some of my distributors, Natalia Raphael, do $1 million a month in sales. On paper, and I could prove it to anybody that what they did. So I've watched people, transform their life because of hotels, etc. And you have the same opportunity. So I definitely will go consider pitching retailers, car dealerships, gyms, and tell them to use you use the membership cards as gifts. Those are your favorite customers. Because when you have a customer that's buying in bulk from you, giving away the memberships that don't care about renewals, they're only giving them away. Not only are you making money now, but next year you're making a lot of money because all these people have to renew back through you. So you want to get those cards in circulation. This is your network. These are your customers. This is your data. This is your business. This is your future. This is your money. And I could tell you, none of you would be on this call right this minute if you didn't want to make extra money. So I'm showing you and telling you exactly how to do it to the T. Work with HR departments, employee perks. You can go into any HR department. Matter of fact, I went into a factory and so there was a new factory that just opened down the road and it's a steel factory. So I walked in there and they're brand new. They just opened. They've been building it for about 2 years. So I walked in there. I said, hey, I just want to introduce myself. I'm one of your local business owners around here. And I met this CEO of this steel. It's supposedly one of the largest steel manufacturers of what they do in the country. Introduced myself, met the CEO, told him what I did. And I was like, wow. I was like, I bet you have a lot of people that travel, don't you? He goes, yeah, we have sales reps that go out and travel and talk to these companies that buy this still from us. I said, I can help you save money. Started talking to him about hotels, etc. We beat the rates that he has negotiated at the corporate level. He's like, you beat our rates. Pretty much across the board, we beat all of his rates. So he's like, I'm interested in this for all my sales force. And I said, okay, what about everybody that works in your factory? So would you mind allowing me to do something? He goes, no. I was like, I'll give you a compliment. I'll give you a free membership card. Let me create a flyer. Let me print a whole bunch of them out. Have the HR department put them in a lunchroom and deliver them out to the employees. Just let them know we're here to help them save money. Matter of fact, you can look up right there in our local area and see the Subway up the road, the Papa John's down the road. You can see the other companies right around here in this local area, right around your factory, where they're saving money at. Homeowners insurance, auto insurance. We have well, I don't know if it's in there yet, but we have dental insurance coming in with Aetna now. We have new type of legal Zoom coming in. We have, and I'm not supposed to get into this, and I didn't get into that with him. But what I'm saying is, I went through the discounts that we had in the system, and he said, absolutely, make the flyers. Let me put them in there. And I'm going to be dropping them off. I believe it's next Tuesday. This just all went down because I met him on Tuesday when I went up here to the farmers market. He came out of the woods. I met this guy. So that's how I initially met him, and he told me what he did. So I went over there, and a long, I'm trying to shorten a long story. But ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of people in there that he's going to be promoting it to, and if this does not work, I explained to him, I was like, listen, if this doesn't work, if they don't purchase it, you know how important it is for your employees to take vacations. It's going to increase their work ethics. It's going to give them a break. It's going to give them that downtime. You know that you want your employees to go on vacation so they're not burnt out. He goes, absolutely. Well, we're going to go ahead and market this to them, to all your employees. If it doesn't work, then what we're going to do is we're going to just give it to them. We're going to build it, and we're going to make it come out in their paycheck automatically as a benefit, as an employee benefits. Because he automatically deducts money every month from the health insurance and employee benefits that he's already given, with one of them is working advantage that he's paying for. I'm like, oh, wait, that's part of our program. So we have two different options we're going to go with here, and I'm going to let you know how this all turns out, but we're definitely putting the flyers in there. Local clubs and associations, very big as well. Contact your local clubs, your local associations. Realtor associations are incredible. Realtors need this product. Realtors right now need a product that they can offer to show a home and to close a deal. So reach out to your local associations, realtor associations, farmer associations. Depends on where you live. You have different, automotive associations. There's different kind of associations out there. So reach out to that. You can also do pop-up tables, outside of malls, outside the parks with permission. You can always get permission, set up a table. If you really want to go deeper into it, you can do stuff like inside kiosks. Go inside malls. They already have the kiosk in there, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to those. They already had the kiosk in there. Inside, let me give an example, like Chuck E. Cheese, truck stops. They have these claw machines where people are paying, money to try to claw out this prize or to win the iPad or to win an iPhone. Get a hold of that company. This is so easy. Find out who owns that claw machine. I bet you they own hundreds, if not thousands of those machines all over the United States. Get a hold of them and say, hey, I have another product for you to put in your claw machine. And wholesale it to them. They don't care about residuals. They don't care about renewals. All they care about is that person that's using those tokens inside Chuck E. Cheese to win that prize that they're not going to win. Let them buy 1,000 of them off. You put them inside the claw machines, inside the malls, inside Chuck E. Cheese's, inside these different amusement parks and theme parks. Get a hold of these people. Another thing, I just went on a trip myself, and I'm very, very creative when it comes to marketing and looking and seeing and being observant. So all these brochures that are sitting inside these brochure stands, inside airports, welcome centers, hotels, car lots, airports, etc. So display your brochure here. This is throughout Savannah, Brunswick, Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Daytona Beach, and New Smyrna. You can go to brochuredisplays.com. You can have your brochures put in every single location all the way down the East Coast. Look at all the ones I got to save money when I was on there. Now, here's what's even more amazing. Well, here's how I operate, though. So my staff has contacted every one of them. Now they're going to be part of Hotels, etc., giving a bigger discount when they're giving it on a brochure because they don't have to pay for marketing now. So these are new discounts coming into our program. But what I'm saying with you, brochure placement, that's fantastic. That's incredible. That's massive amount of exposure for pennies on a dollar. So keep in mind, talking with people, don't be afraid to reach out to someone. If you're inside a store and you see one, like I went to a place called Wasabi. It was hibachi the other night. And as soon as you walk in, right before you go into the cashier, they have a claw machine there. I took the name and phone number down. I haven't called them yet, but I took the name and phone number of the person that owns that machine. Now I'm going to call them up, and they had inside there, necklaces. They had $100 bill hanging from a hook. They had an iPad. They had all this stuff in there. And it was $2 a try to win one of these, $100, $150 pieces of merchandise. I can guarantee this, they're paying more for that iPad and that $100 bill they're hanging there than our product. But ours is going to bring more value to the end user, right? So I'm going to call this company up. I'm going to say, how many machines do you have? And I'm going to go ahead and bulk sell them for all of their machines. Keep in mind, there is no life. The membership cards don't expire. So you have a lifetime shelf life with our product, which most people don't do that. We're one of very few companies out there that sell your product and don't put an expiration date on it. The only time it gets expired is when the end user uses it, and that's in 12 months. So when you that is a golden ticket when you're selling B2B or when you're selling offline, is let these people know, hey, you could buy 10,000 right now. I don't care if it takes you 5 years to sell it. It does not expire. There is no best by use date. There's no expiration date. You're not going to lose your money. You will get your money back. Your product will be available for as long as you need it to be available for. So, ladies and gentlemen, by using this type of strategy, allows you the opportunity to sell them even more. Well, instead of buying 5,000, well, why don't you go to buy 10,000 and I'll knock it down to this. So now you're increasing their sales because they know it does not expire. All right, so tools to take with you, sign up forms. You definitely want some sign up forms. You can use paper or go and sign up for a QR code. So now when people are right there at your table, you can say, scan my QR code, boom, you capture information already. QR codes that take them directly, it's an online form, capture information. Business cards, flyers with your links on it, tablets or phones or laptops to show a presentation, to show a video, sample membership cards. And sample membership cards are always great to have in place. That's why we always send everybody at least one so you know where you have it. And a price comparison sheet. Show hotels, etc. versus public rates. Not only on hotel, prices. Let's say, okay, here's, a Hilton for this price and here's Hilton at our price. But not only at that level, but even a deeper level. Like what Kyle was saying, there's companies out there selling products that don't even stand at half our height. Not even stand up, and don't even have the leg to stand against us. And they're selling this product for $3,500, $5,000, $10,000. So show this in your comparison. Say, hey, this company over here is selling their membership for $5,000, and they only have 400,000 discounts. Ours is XYZ with 3 million discounts. So not only show the discounts that we're giving them, but also show how we're undercutting all of our competitors, how we're the oldest company in the CUG industry, how we have the best reputation out there on the internet, and nobody out there in the world can touch us. In the story, we have this industry locked down. And when I explained to you about this other company that called in, that's about this new deal that I'm working on right now with hotels, etc., you're going to be like, holy shit. Because they now see what we have and what they're trying to build, and they can't build it. They just bought another company 5 years ago, and apparently the company they bought 5 years ago, they still can't. It was a hotel business, like similar to ours, but not like ours. It was a hotel aggregator, but 5 years later, they still don't even know what to do with it. And this is the second largest company in the world, ladies and gentlemen. I believe it's the second largest in the world or the third. So sample membership cards, price comparison sheet. All right. So how do you pitch it? That's the biggest thing. And I'm going to kind of go into a little faster mode here because I want to get through a few more things. Basically, it's very simple. You use an icebreaker, you use a hook. Do you travel? Do you shop online? And do you like to save money? Boom. Who doesn't travel? Who doesn't shop online? And who doesn't like to save money? Now you got all three people. You got yes, yes, yes. Have you ever paid full price for a hotel? Well, you'll never have to again. Let me show you what I have to offer. That's the hook. Hook them in there. Boom. Bring them in, especially if they're travelers. Show real discount examples on your phone or tablet. Emphasize that we have up to 70% off 3 million locations worldwide in 141 countries. People travel international. International travel is very big. So you want to make sure you emphasize that the discounts follow you wherever you go. It's not only based on where you live, like the old entertainment book. You remember that stuff? You bought it, and if I go up here and I buy one in my area, it's only good in my area. It's not any good. It's not good anywhere else. Forget that. It doesn't help me because I travel. We travel. We move. Everybody moves. Humans move. So they want to make sure those discounts move with them. Also mentioned it covers travel, dining, shopping, recreation, restaurants, golf, theme parks, movies, attractions. Matter of fact, I've seen some chiropractors just recently come into the program. We have homeowners insurance, auto discounts. You can buy a new car and save up to $3,000 to $5,000 with our employee auto discount program. We have basically everything everybody needs, wants, and desires. Now, how you want to pitch it, you just got to break it down to what what categories you want to pitch. If you're at an event that has to do with travel, obviously focus on travel. But if you're at a show that's, all based around restaurants, then focus on restaurant savings. If you're at a golf show, focus on golf discounts. If you're at a camping event, focus on camping discounts. So you focus the discount on the event that you're at. And that's how you're going to capture their attention, and you're breaking the system down to where it's understandable. Okay, so close your sale. You have a pitch, you have a warm up, you have a pitch, you have a product presentation, a company presentation. Then you have it pre-closed, and you have a close, then you have the close, then you have the post-close. So you go through your closes. So go for the close. And now just tell them, say, hey, listen, for only $199 today, you'll have full year of savings. So let's get you started today. Boom. So here's the thing. The most important thing about sales, if you don't ask for the business, you're not going to get the business. Now, here's why 90% of the sales force fails, because they're scared to ask for the business. Now, here's the craziest thing about this world today is people need permission to buy. Sometimes you have to just look at them and say, it's okay to purchase, and be quiet. You gave them permission. Just like you have to tell your kid it's okay to go outside. You have to really talk with people like this when you're going through offering them a product or service that they need, want, desire. Offer bonuses like a free extra month, a gift card, gift card drawing, etc. So you could do something of the nature like you join today, you're also going to be put into a drawing, and we're going to pick one lucky person at the end of this event to receive a $100 Red Lobster gift card. Everybody loves Amazon, so Amazon gift card. So now you're having all these people, buy your membership, and you're putting them into a bucket, and then at the end, you're going to do a drawing and pick one person to give away a $100 Amazon gift card. So create some type of drawing, create some kind of incentive for them to purchase and to capture their information. If they don't buy when they're on the spot, you still want to capture their information. So you want to go and let them know, say, when they're walking away or whatever, let's say if they walk away, say, well, I understand that this may not be for you right this minute. Let me get your name and number, and I'll be in touch with you. And I'll give you this 30-day, 2-night vacation. You want to get their information. You want to capture their data. Okay, bundle deals. So you own the membership cards. You know what you pay for the membership cards. Do BOGOs if you have to. Hey, today we're having a special. Buy one, get one free. That way you can give one to your mom, sister, brother, daughter, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, whoever, friend, pastor, or whatever. Do raffles at your booth. Enter to win a free membership. Don't sell anything. Just sit there and just have a little bucket there and say, fill out your information, and we're going to give away one free membership today. Collect data. This whole world is driven around data. So have them, do a entry or a contest where they have to submit their information. In exchange, they're going to, one person's going to receive a free membership card. Referral cards. Give customers your cards, business cards, a handout, and tell them they're going to earn bonuses. Tell somebody when they purchase, say, hey, I tell you what, thank you very much for joining Hotels, etc. We look forward to helping you save money. If you give me 5 referrals, I'll give you a year free. Keep in mind, referrals sell. when you say, "Hey, Bob just joined Hotels, Etc.," and he knew that he told me that you could save money with the program and gave me your information, I want to help you get started. Are you ready to get going? Referrals sell. Referrals, you're going to sell 9 out of 10 of them. So I will give away one free membership, one annual membership to get 5 sales. Absolutely, it's math, it's logic. So do that. Let's see here. Where are we at? We are at 7:53. I'm going to answer any questions we have here. It's 7:53. So I want to answer any questions that we might have on a call this evening. I know I went through a lot. This video will be going out to everybody so you can go recap on it, but I want to answer anybody's questions that's on the call tonight.
Sean, this is Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Can I reinforce one thing you said?
Absolutely.
And great job tonight. Great presentation. But
Thank you.
referrals, the strength of referrals is amazing. It is amazing because you have, as soon as you say, "Hey, I call," let's say, just looking at people on my screen, Carl McNeil is right next to you. If Carl is my customer and he gives me names of 5 people and I contact those people, say, "Hey, Carl is a new member and he thought you might be interested in this." That gives me credibility immediately. I don't have to overcome any credibility objections because Carl said it was a good thing. And they know Carl, and Carl thinks it's a good thing that I would be interested in. So I might be. And that's just human nature. The referral thing is huge. And
Very,
Carl,
very
I didn't
good.
mean to pick on you or anything. Just your box in the square here was right next to Sean's.
Hey, very good point there, Kyle. Thank you for expressing pinpointing that out. But yes, referrals are very, very big. Does anybody have any questions on the phone?
I do.
Okay.
So I've been doing some deep diving on who I actually want to go with. I've looked at global travel, et cetera, et cetera. And you guys are where I'm settling, but I want to know more about the certificates. What are the limitations, like in regards to the locations as well as the hotel gift cards? I actually went into Hilton a couple of days ago and asked them, do they honor the cards? And I'm sure they're specific within the book, etc. But I want to know how a client will be able to benefit from them. Can they use them once a month or every day, or what?
Well, so if you're talking about the certificate program, I'm going to encourage you to, we don't have time to dive into certificates today, but I'll
Okay,
give you
that's
my
fine.
calendar. Now, as far as the hotels, let me explain that. We don't have a book. We don't have a directory. We
Okay,
have the same technology as Expedia, Travelocity, Orbitz, and etc.
okay.
So basically, once they have access to the members area, they're able to search for their property, the date, the destination, and real time see exactly what the savings is and book their reservation right on the spot.
Okay, but I'm talking about the hotel savings card, like the $500 hotel savings card. Can
Correct.
they
Yep. So my calendar is hotelsetcetera.com
book
forward
a
slash.
call?
Say again.
Book a call?
Yeah, because we're running out of time. I don't have time to get into the certificate program.
Okay, good enough.
But yeah, so I definitely want to talk with you though, because I will give you a lot of clarity. I assure you.
Okay,
It's hotelsetcetera.com forward slash appointment.
okay. You want to put it in the chat, and I can just open it up.
You know what? That's smarter than me just saying that, huh? For some reason, my video disappeared.
There's no
Yeah,
limitation, though, on use of your membership. I'm sorry to jump in, Sean. There's no limitation, though. You said it's once a month or once. No,
Well, no,
it's just every day.
he's talking about the certificate program, which we can do we'll do a certificate. I will talk about the certificate program next week, next meeting. Because I
Gotcha.
know a lot of people on here are, have questions about the cert program, so we'll definitely do that. But yeah, go ahead. My calendar's right there. Go ahead and book a call, and I'll be more than happy to have a one-on-one call with you and break everything down to details for you.
it says I've lost my way. I just clicked the link.
You lost your way?
That's what the screen said.
Uh-oh.
Yep,
Well, don't.
it did it. It did it twice. So I don't know.
That's coming up for me. It's hotelsetc.com forward slash appointment.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just I'll just copy it.
Let me put HTTP. Yeah, I'm not sure. Totals. There we go. Any other questions on the call this evening? I want to answer any questions before 'cause I do have a timeline tonight, unfortunately, but I'd love to answer anybody else's question they have on the call tonight.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I got it.
Absolutely, you're welcome. What was your name again?
Mikael Spencer out of Chicago.
All right, excellent. I'll keep an eye out for you, and I look forward to speaking with you.
Oh yeah, I get my commission check tomorrow, so there's a good chance we'll be fine tuning whichever membership I hook myself up because I've been looking for this for a minute. So
Well, we're the oldest and largest out there, so I'm positive based on when we have our one-on-one conversation. I know what direction you're going to go.
okay, cool beans. All
Absolutely.
right.
Any other questions on the call this evening? All right, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing is keep in mind 90% of the people still love one-on-one sales, one-on-one interaction with people. So you can still do online marketing. If you don't like to talk to people, then throw an ad out there and try to hire a commission-only sales rep that likes to talk to people. Duplicate yourself. Don't do it yourself if you can't do it. But you can absolutely duplicate yourself and bring somebody in that knows how to do it and offer them commission-only opportunity to generate funds and help you make funds. It's a win-win situation. Keep in mind, the more people you help, the more people, the further you're going to go in life. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be having another conference call in 2 weeks. As we go through the summer period, we will start picking back up every week on our conference calls. But right now, it's going to be every 2 weeks because families have a lot of things going on. We're going to continuously send out information through the back office, and we do have a whole bunch of new summer collateral coming in as well. Articles, videos. We have some podcasts that I've done that people can use also out there in your marketing strategies. I've been on a lot of podcasts over the last week. So those episodes are going to be coming out here real soon. I've been on several different TV shows over the last few weeks. So those are going to be coming out as well. All this information and content that I'm developing right now, you're able to use in your marketing strategies. So I'm making sure that the message that we're delivering is very clear and defined to the audience to help you with your conversion rates and your closing rates. Ladies and gentlemen, until next the Thursday after next week, if you have any questions, my calendar is in the chat bot or here in the chat box. Simply get on my calendar. I'll be there for you. Shoot me an email if you have any questions. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day and God bless you. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good one.
You too. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining.